On today's Into the Book Bag, we're going from how books were made to, I guess, how book readers speak. Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, my name is Rob. This is my mom Karen, and you are watching another episode of Books, Banter, and Beyond. And today we are hopping back into the book bag, which if you haven't seen before, it is our roundtable style where we kind of cover various book and book related topics. Today we have some fun ones that I'm kind of surprised we hadn't done already, but better late than never, right? So I thought a really quick segment on how books actually came to be what we know them as would be fun. And I'm sure most people, if you've took your classes in high school and college, you probably did this in literature. So a lot of this might be repeat for you. But if not, have you ever stopped to think about exactly how or when did we start putting the words to the page, right? So the earliest known books date back to clay tablets in Mesopotamia. From there, we got the papyrus scrolls in Egypt. Not the easiest to use. The real game changer, that is where you had the pages stacked together and then bound, basically what an original book would have looked like. That showed in the first century, and then after which China did first, and then followed the Gutenberg press, and we all remember studying that in school, the original way of how we got mass produced. So it actually was a quick history and a quick evolution, I think. You went from very basic writing on
Mhm.
materials that you had, whether it was the tablets or the papyrus, how to print an actual bound book. So one would say, at least I would think, books evolved fairly quickly. And almost immediately, I think people who were in writing realized the easiest way to go about doing it was to bind it together, print it, boom, you're done.
Well, unless you're reading in Latin, and then you do need a monk to explain all of this. Just saying.
That is true. But, I still think it's a pretty quick and easy,
Yeah.
switch between the two. Next up, we're going to jump forward to words that readers use, reader lingo, reader jargon. And if you are a reader, which if you're watching, you probably are, you'll notice that there's a lot of weird acronyms and words that only readers seem to use. And it's kind of like we all made our own dictionary, I guess. So I'm just going to give you a few that I see all the time. First off, we have two acronyms. The first one being TBR, which is to be read, which kind of started with the whole making your list of books that you have. And now, if you go on
Good
something
read.
like
Right.
Goodreads and you can schedule out when you want. So, TBR really became more of a newer idea there. On top of that, we have DNF, which is did not finish. And that's also another kind of TBR idea. It's a lot of times where if you're talking to somebody in a server or a forum and you're talking about the books you read, if they say I DNF'd them, it means they probably didn't enjoy them, probably just took too much time, or maybe they just,
Right.
decided that there was a theme in there
Right.
that didn't work. So you have stuff like that. You also have some general terms like binge read, which is trying to read as many as you can in a row or just in general. And then, of course, spoiler, which is one that I use a lot for many videos here, which is basically warning people that what we're about to say may give away a plot point, an ending, or whatever to
So,
that book.
what kind of words do you use? I'm a binge. I am definitely a binge read. There's no question about it. I find something that I like, and I actually look for books that have like 10 books in the series, because if I like it, I want to keep reading and learning more and more and more and more. I don't want to have to get my brain to start thinking about something out. I'm totally a binge reader. How about you?
I'm definitely the spoiler because I want to make sure that if I am chatting, I'm not giving away anything important to the book. But I definitely think the TBR, the to be read, because people are always asking, what
Right.
are you reading? And I'll go on my app and I'll be like, well, these are the books that I've saved, that I'm waiting to come in from the library or whatever. So those are probably the two
Right.
that
I
I
think
would
the
use
Libby
mostly.
app actually helps that, right? Because you literally can go in there and say or put on hold books that you want to read. Right.
Yes, if the book
Not
isn't
ready.
ready, you're able to put it on hold and it'll let you know how many weeks it'll take for it to come
So that
to
actually
your
is a
phone.
very cool TBR, right? That it
Yeah,
totally alerts you.
very helpful.
So, what is a reader only word that you use all the time? You did say spoiler. Is there anything else that you use all the time?
Um, I would say that's probably the big one. Yeah, I would say the two that I just used, the to be read and the spoiler, are probably the two phrases that
Do
I
you
would use
have a
most.
favorite old book that still holds up?
Well, old holds up may be subjective, but I think still to this day, something like Dante's Inferno, I think, is still a very interesting book. And it's funny we made the joke about the Latin because if you can still get it in. Actually, I think it's written in Italian, excuse me. But you can actually read it in Italian still because Dante Alighieri was of Italian descent. So you can still get stuff like that. You can still find books in their original format. And even though I myself don't speak it fluently, if you are someone who's trying to learn a language or you want to learn a specific, culture, reading a book in the language
Right.
like Italian, like French, Spanish, whatever it is, would be a really great way to learn because not only are you learning how to say the words and learn what they mean, but you're also getting an idea of the author's
Right.
background and understanding how the books are written.
Right.
So
And my favorite one is the Iliad and the Odyssey. And I remember reading this, I mean,
that's
years
another
and
one,
years and
yes.
years ago, and I just thought it was like so cool. I mean, it took forever to get through it, and I kind of want to go back and read it again because I think it's a masterpiece. I really do. I mean, I don't.
It is. It's a long story, but it's definitely a good story if you have the time to
So
read
we
it.
always like to encourage you to go pick up a book to read, whatever genre it is, and whether it's going to be to be read or you're going to, you want to binge read something, go check out the Next Chapter Bookstore shop. All sorts of genres. It's a gently used bookstore. You're going to find some really great titles. Go check it out. Rob, any last minute thoughts?
As always, go pick up a book, maybe one you haven't read before. You'll be
Absolutely.
surprised.
See you next time, everyone. Bye.